how do we go from losing £250,000 per month to making a profit of at least 60,000 in around 6 months? Well, for context, to get yourself in that position, for us, it was something we didn't foresee. Drawback from clients, they were susceptible to financial markets. And before you know it, one day things are good. The next day you've got 30, 40, 50 people rolling off projects and you're like, bang, we've got to deal with this. And so, yeah, you're going from being in what looks like a comfortable position to overnight losing 200 grand per month. How we approached it was key. And it all started with, sounds very simplistic, just getting our accounts, getting the profit and loss, and going through line by line all the account codes. The picture is never clearer than when you look at that. And we were able to really quickly identify, okay, we need to cut that, we need to cut that, we need to cut that. And before you know it, you're actually able to make your business very lean, and you can see where there was a lot of fat. Now, where there were areas where there maybe wasn't so much fat, but we had to tackle and make really tough decisions anyway, well, there were three big things. Our salaries in Ghana, our salaries in the UK, and the rent that we paid in Ghana. We'd moved to like a swanky new office a couple of years before. Turns out we're just paying way over the odds for this thing. And being put in this situation, we were forced to negotiate hard and actually make the toughest decision, which was come to the table and go, hey, look, we can't pay this anymore. How are we going to get out of this? We then had different approaches for obviously the salaries. You're not going to go to your staff and go, how do we get out of this? We had two approaches. So one was with our Ghana staff, where all our software engineers are. We had a lot of people now essentially not doing client work. So we had to make the toughest of decisions, which was to make redundancies. We had to do it efficiently and effectively. We couldn't rush it, but we knew every day we didn't take action, it was costing us thousands. So we had to be very decisive. With our UK salaries, everyone in the UK was a part of the leadership team. So our preference was to actually see if we could renegotiate salaries with people. And so we just took it to them to have a mature conversation and go, hey, look, this is a scenario. We're asking for people to go down to 3 days a week. Can you do it? And everyone stepped up. Just by us having that conversation, we were able to pull through together without actually having to make any redundancies. The biggest thing that helped us through this whole thing was cohesion. We were very honest with people, and people repaid that honesty with their commitment. And without that, I think we would have found it very hard. Roll on 12 months and we've got 6 months of salary in the bank minimum, and we're a far leaner, far more sustainable business than before that cutback. And you can actually be in that position without having to go through the hard shit. You can actually be looking at the accounts line by line every month going, hold on, that's too high, that's too high. What are we paying for that for? Don't let the company get bloated. And then when tough times come, the tough decisions you have to make aren't quite as hard.